Hello, Allison. Here is your sewer scope from today's inspection. Not often doing a sewer scope in a garage. Occasionally. It's a nice change of pace, relatively easy access into the pipe. We are cast iron through and through, or at least up until where I lost visibility. A couple initial takeaways. Basically, you have what I would frame as typical cast iron with moderate corrosion on the inside. Metal pipe like this is going to corrode on the interior and get bumpy. There are sections like running around here that are a little bit more advanced in its corrosion. You're not getting any flaking. But yeah, a little further along than what would be expected. The other thing with cast iron is when it gets bumpy, it tends to grab things. So you can see the buildup in the pipe. My guess is, my take is that this pipe hasn't been cleaned, worked on. Haven't had a cutter head run through here in a really, really long time. That would probably be or do this pipe a good service if it had a good solid cleaning. And then as we move on up ahead, we'll see that there's a higher level need for that cleaning. So all in all, I mean, I had high hopes at this point. I'm almost 60 feet out, and everything seems to be running smoothly, flowing freely. Obviously, where the water is flowing is the bottom of the pipe. I don't use a self-leveling head, so that just kind of gives you the orientation of where up is and down is. I am running some water in that basement bathroom sink just to kind of help things move along, and it gives me the opportunity to clear off my camera head. So right at about 72 feet, we go underwater. I'll get out another 10 feet from this point. So right at about 86 feet, I lose forward progress. So, and again, like we talked about today briefly, that could be for a number of reasons. Obviously, in this scenario, I don't have visibility just because of the murkiness of the water. Whatever it is that's floating around in there, obviously it's dirty water, it's a sewer line, so I can't see what's going on. So could it be a lip in the pipe or what would be called an offset? Yep, absolutely. Could it be that we've transitioned from cast iron to clay, and then you have roots growing in there, haven't been managed or dealt with in a really long time, so they're catching paper products and creating a blockage. Yep, absolutely. Could it be damage to the pipe? Sure. All of the above. It could be a lot of those things. I lean towards the idea that it did transition to clay, and that you have some sort of root growth or intrusion that's blocking things, and or a big offset in the pipe that I can't get my camera over. If it's roots, sometimes I can just push through and get beyond it. I'll try here for the next maybe 3 or 4 minutes to get my camera head through, but no luck in that. So I'll keep trying to go back and forth. The other thing is the camera head that I use is roughly a total diameter on it is relatively small. Just basically you're looking at about maybe a 1/4 of an inch lens on a 2-inch camera head. Relatively small, so 1.5 inches, I mean, camera head. So the water doesn't need to be very high to completely cover the lens of the camera. So again, not much visibility there. Um, so I'm going to just keep trying to push some of this water out to see if I can get some look at what's going on. But again, to no big avail right there. At this point, I'd probably stopped to turn the water off. The other takeaway here is, do you notice that there's not a lot of flow to the water at this point? So there is some sort of damming that's happening at the far end of this. So, and again, I'll keep pushing back and forth, trying to muscle my way through, but will not be able to get beyond this. I'll give recommendations in the written reports. Look through those. Obviously, we want to try to clear this out and then get eyes on what's actually happening, what's going on in there. I'll keep the camera rolling as I pull back. Feel free to watch to the end and on the return trip. As always, please reach out to me with any questions or if I can be of service.